Well, I got a story for you. This is called There's No Such Thing as Dragons by Shaun Rogers. One day, a little boy called Billy Bixby awoke from his sleep to find a tiny dragon on the end of his bed, about the size of a kitten. He couldn't believe it. He reached over to the dragon, patted it on the head, and the dragon wagged its tail. He was so amazed he had to tell his mother. So he ran down the stairs to say, "Mum, there's a dragon on the end of my bed." But his mum did not believe that the dragon was there because, as she sang, "There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing as dragons. There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing at all." Well, Billy was a bit confused, but if Mum said it was true, then it must be true. He ran back up the stairs, and the dragon was at the end of his bed playing with his socks. He put a sock on his nose, another one on his tail, and was running around. But Billy thought, "I'll ignore it because there's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing as dragons. There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing at all." Billy was hungry, so he went down the stairs to have his breakfast of pancakes, and the dragon followed him down the stairs. But this time the dragon was a little bit bigger, because if you ignore dragons, they start to grow. He was about the size of a small dog. The dragon jumped up onto the table and started eating Billy's pancakes. But Mum and Billy ignored the dragon because there's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing as dragons. There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing at all. The dragon ate most of Billy's pancakes and then jumped down off the table to have a little nap in the hallway. Now, because they'd ignored him again, the dragon had grown a little bit bigger, and this time was the size of Billy's mother. Had a little sleep on the mat in the hallway. Mum decided to do a little bit of housework, got out the hoover and started hoovering around, but it's hard to hoover when there's a big dragon on the mat. Because she ignored the dragon grew even bigger. So big, in fact, that it filled the whole house. Its nose, head and neck was pointing out the front door. Its tail was pointing right out the back door. What a huge dragon. But everybody ignored it because there's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing as dragons. There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing at all. At this point, the dragon that was so huge now awoke. It was hungry after its sleep and smelled a bakery truck going past that had lots of fresh bread inside of it. The dragon's stomach started to rumble, and up it got to chase the bakery truck down the road to see if it can get some bread. But as it got up, the whole house rose up as well and was carried away on the dragon's back. It looked like a huge snail going down the road. The dragon with a house on its back, off into the distance. Now, at that point, guess who came home? It was Billy's father. He popped home for a little bit of lunch. He went to knock on his door, but there was nobody there. There was no house there. He wondered what on earth had happened. Where has my house gone? The postman who was trying to deliver letters to the same house said, "I think I've just seen your house zipping off down the road on the back of a dragon." But of course, the father thought to himself, strange, because there's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing as dragons. There's no such thing, no such thing, no such thing at all. Billy's dad got in his car. He drove down, up the road as well, around the corner, into the fields, and eventually found his house in the middle of a field with a huge dragon underneath it. He could see Billy and his mum waving from the top window. Bravely, Billy's father walked towards the huge dragon. He put his foot on his nose, then onto his head, then walked up the scaly neck to get into the window. And And he said, what on earth is happening here to Billy and his mum? And he said, how did this happen? And his mum said, I don't know, because there's no such thing as dragons. And Billy said, Mum, there is a dragon. Look, there is a dragon. And at that moment, as he said the words of truth, the dragon got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it was the size of a kitten again. And the dad said, well, how on earth did this happen? And Billy said, well, Dad, Mum, I think all the dragon wanted was to be noticed. And as soon as we noticed it, it became small again. Wow, they were so relieved. And they changed their song, and now, to this day, sing this song, which goes like this. There are such things, are such things, are such things as dragons, and if we notice them, we help them grow small. There are such things, are such things, are such things as dragons, and if we notice them, we help them grow small. And the dragon lived as a pet, a happy pet, in their house for the rest of their days. Now, what's the moral of this story? Well, maybe the dragon is a bit like problems that we have sometimes in our lives. If we ignore them, they grow bigger and bigger. But if we notice them with a team around us, we can help our problems gently get smaller and smaller until they become fine again. So, with that in mind, as a moral, let's sing this final song again. Ready? Here we go. There are such things, are such things, are such things as dragons, and if we notice them, we help them grow small. There are such things, are such things, are such things as dragons, and if we notice them, we help them grow small.